Welcome back to another edition of the Be Forever Cool podcast. This is Vroom Vroom Wednesday. A little more laid back on this show. Got the guys. Some guys are gonna check in tonight. What's going on, Bobby? We'll start with you, man. How you doing, man? I guess he's you gotta check your pressure. This is where we're
Yeah.
at. I mean, what happened? You cut your hair and now you gotta check your pressure. What's next?
I don't
Marquez
know.
got him under pressure, yo.
I don't understand what's going on. I rather have. I'm having a bad day. Let me check my pressure. Please go to Smitty or TJ.
Smitty, what's going on, man? You were
Not
at
much.
Coda. How was Coda, man? Tell me,
Man.
I should go do a track day ASAP.
Coda was fantastic. Only thing it rained. Well, two bad things. Long drive. Atlanta to Austin, 14 hours. But I made it.
Woo.
And then it rained half of the drive. So more like a third, the back third of the drive it rained. Then track day rained half of the morning. But luckily I had my rain tires. I put them on and roll a little bit. So, which did help because it slowed me down intentionally so I could learn the track. Instead of trying to push that hard. So,
Right.
but, and then also what sucked is, like initially, you don't drive that far for one day. So my plan was to book the whole weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday was sold out. So I just did Sunday. That was it. So
Right. Listen, man. I'll see your 14 and add 27 because I did 27 going up to Boston from Sarasota to go up to New Hampshire to have my R6 motor be seized after installation of the Super Sport built. So my weekend was crazy, and it rained the whole week. Not all weekend, but it rained all Saturday. And TJ attested to this. But 14 hours, I'll take 14 hours all day because 27, 28, that's a stretch. TJ, what's good, man? You raced. We were up there together. It got wet in the rain. It was a rainy. It was just the first time for me for the first round at Loudon. Usually it's just cold, but this was like rain. I think it started raining at like 3 a.m, and it was pretty much all day.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good weekend. It was the first time actually out on the track, which I was really excited for. I did practice on Friday, which was a beautiful day. Friday was like what you want, it was like between 70 and 75 degrees. So like there was a hot point in the day where, you're like, it's kind of too hot, but it was kind of perfect. So I did all the sessions, felt comfortable, getting back up to speed. But yeah, Saturday was just you know, random rain out. It just wasn't feeling it for a spring day. And yeah, traveling up with you, getting the news about your R6 was just another setback where it's just like just wasn't feeling it. It was really cold on Sunday. It was like a high 48 degrees or something like that. So
Yeah, no,
we'll be back in 2 weeks.
right. I saw that. Yeah, I hooked up the trailer, everything the night before, and I was getting out that Sunday morning to head down to Jersey because I did a track day at NJMP on Monday, and I just went out just to take the chalk from the tire, unplug from the 30 amp, and bro. It was cold. It was 40. I think it was 43 degrees when I jumped in the truck.
Yeah.
So definitely, it's not the best, but it's not the worst because you got to get on the track and stuff like that. Shakes, man. I mean, did your doctor say it's okay? Your pressure good?
No, my pressure's not good at all. So it took. How many weeks did it take to prove me wrong?
Well, first of all, what did we prove you wrong about? Let's refresh.
I said that no factory would be on the podium this year.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, Vinales did get it, even though they took it away from him. So it seems like you were heading, you had a downhill spiral for a little bit. That you were able to get saved with the first one on a technicality. So what is this? What are we at? Round 5?
Round 5. So it took
Race
5
10?
weeks.
Race 10?
Race 10 took 10 races for another factory to get on the podium.
And let's talk about from last year too. So the run has been going for a minute.
Unprecedented? Is that the word?
I mean, well, let's just say Aprilia won it around Coda, and that was the only round that
Right.
Anna and Ducati was on the podium. I think was Coda.
Oof.
So we're talking about a year plus
Year plus.
ago. Well, let's jump into it, guys. You know, what I don't even know where to start. I'll let you guys throw it out there to go out there. I'll leave shakes for last. We'll start with Smitty on this one, man. What are your thoughts of the weekend? You know, what are your thoughts of the weekend?
My thoughts of the weekend. So it kind of goes back to what I said a while ago. That Mark Marquez, no one's gonna beat him straight up unless he crash. The way he's riding right now, he reminds me of James Stewart in his prime. Like James Stewart on dirt bikes, you couldn't beat him unless the kid crashed. Which that's the only way. And Marquez lost 2 races, both for crashes. So it happens. It is what it is. But he's still 1 point down championship with 2 crashes. That's insane. Cause that's damn near 25 points per race. Had he got in first place. So let's say he's down 40 to 50 points because of a crash. And
Right.
he's still only 1 point behind. Come on, this is still his series to lose, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay.
But to not take away from the real spotlight, it was cool seeing Alex get his first win. I felt the
Okay.
same feeling that I got seeing Malcolm Stewart win his first race like 2 months ago in Tampa, which is good to see. Because like you always see, the big brother do well, then the little brother comes in and he's always in the shadow, and just kind of like it never pans out for him the way it does. So it's good to see Alex get his first win, got the monkey off his back. He's been running good all year long. So Alex may get one more, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I will say Mark Marquez is not in his prime anymore.
Agree.
And Malcolm and Alex comparison. I see what you're doing there with the brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll circle back to that. TJ, what are your thoughts of the weekend and how things panned out?
I mean, I thought the weekend was really exciting. I mean, they were at one of famous tracks, a lot of home rider tracks. Sorry, a lot of racers, their home tracks. The fans were incredible. So, it brought the intensity to the track. But overall, who expected to have Yamaha to be on pole? Fabio definitely rolled his ass off for sure to get that position. I think it was well deserved. Um, but Mark being Mark, he does what he has to do, and he bullied his way to the front. I know Fabio wasn't ready, so he got the win. But it was good to see him up there. Also, Maverick Vinales got sixth on the start. Didn't finish really well in the sprint, but I overall thought it was a good weekend. Like Smitty said, it was good to see Alex Marquez finally get his first win, even though he's been trying so hard. But to get it, race 10, it's not too bad. I mean, we see
Okay.
it coming, so.
All right. Now, Bobby Shakes, I'm going to show you. I'm going to throw you a little lifeline, a little small, like really constituted thing, small.
Let me put my
Because you said
lotion on.
yes after 10 rounds, a Yamaha was on the podium, and we you said it wasn't going to happen. But on the other hand, after Alex Marquez winning this first race, there might be a chance that he could wear a red suit one day. What are you going to say?
Why did it take so long? I mean, why did it take 10 weeks for you to come along? You know what, Smitty? We really do have to circle back to that Stewart comment.
Okay.
That was good. That is epic. This is it. But as you see here, I says compound interest. Oh, I like that.
I do
Compound
epic.
interest. What do you want? Do you want a penny a day doubled or $1 million? Obviously, it's penny a day doubled. As you crash, as you knock the bike around, those things start to add up very quickly. And Marc Marquez, he's not young, he's old. And I just want him to ride smart. And if you're looking at Alex, it's a penny a day. I'll take the second, I'll take the third, one crash out. I'll take the 2 points. I'll take the 3 points because eventually he's gonna add up, and he's gonna make a run. Your boy Pecco, same exact thing. Penny day doubled or $1 million now. I don't understand why Marquez has to bet it all in the middle. Why can't he manage the race? And when we look at it, if we look at it, hindsight is 2020, but not on this show. We've been saying this at the beginning. Marquez should have crashed out about 50% of the races this season. I mean, right?
Yeah.
So, Alex, penny day doubled every day. That's it. Take the points. And if you're watching on the Instagram, they were just screaming, smooth, smooth, smooth. Pay attention, smooth, smooth. Because like Fortyfive always says, you get faster when you're smooth. You don't get fast by being fast. The smoother you are, the faster you will get. And they were just saying, smooth, smooth. That's all they were saying in the paddock. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Just finish, bro. Just finish. And finally, it's here. And I've been saying this. I was wrong on No Factory on the podium, but I am right. Alex is getting that red seat. And here's another hot take.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another hot take. Could it be Alex and Pecco?
Wow. Okay. All right. Let's we're gonna get back to that, Shakes. As you guys apparently have done your homework this week, and we got a lot of heavy stuff dropping. So let's talk about you talk about the Stewart brothers and what they did. I always use Serena Williams and Venus Williams in my example, and I always point out that the younger sibling always most of the times Michael Jackson, all the younger siblings, the Ball brothers, all the younger siblings usually is the one that shine out of the older siblings. But Smitty, you brought up a case with Stewart, which the older brother shined and the younger brother didn't, and he finally got his due. And we saw the same thing with Mark and Alex, and where Serena and Venus, they both have over 7 championships. I know Serena got over 20, but there's still a good amount of numbers. Alex got 1 and Malcolm got 1. So we'll start with you again, Smitty, on this. When you saw what happened this weekend with that and so forth, and I want to say this, I want to throw this little bit in as well. Mark crashes out. Mark crashes out, and they say that only you said it. Only Mark can beat Mark. But Mark crashed out of 3rd place. Was he feeling any pressure? And that's my second question. But just talk about Alex and what he has done by winning this thing, and compare him to the Stewart brothers.
I mean, so what he's done. I mean, he won a race, but I ain't gonna lie. It was kind of a higher, for me at least, a higher of emotions. I enjoy seeing Marquez race. But I got the same feeling seeing Alex win that I do when I see Mark win. Very good, very good. But is Mark under pressure? Nah, he just started off. He was in 3rd place, hunting guys down. Went in the corner a bit too hot. You saw the corner he crashed. You saw him closed up a bit too much, and he just wiped out, lost it. So he just went in there a bit too hot. But it could have been, the tire pressure stuff. Riding behind a hot bike for too long, pressure got too high, and he just didn't know how to adjust. Because normally he's either in front or giving space,
Right,
to keep his tires cooler.
Okay.
So maybe that was just strategy didn't work out as planned, and he just went too hot one corner. He lost grip in the front, and that was it. But under pressure, not at all.
Smitty, come on, man. We can't be sitting here saying Pecco's under pressure when he make mistakes, and Mark was trying to catch them guys in front of him. There's no doubt in him. He was in 3rd place when he crashed out. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right behind both of them though.
He wanted to get, but he crashed out. That's my whole point. So there has to be something, because and there has to be something where it's just kind of like, he has to be feeling something, because he could have just waited.
Could have waited. He chose the wrong term to try.
So and he's an older guy. He's not the 22-year-old Mark Marquez, or the 25-year-old Mark Marquez, or the 29-year-old Mark Marquez. Right? He's an older guy. But
in his mind, he probably is that 29-year-old Marquez still.
We understand that he might think that, but what
Yeah.
you're seeing, you're telling me that he's feeling no pressure. He just made a mistake.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think he's under pressure at all. He just made a mistake.
TJ, any pressure? I mean, I come on, man. I gotta feel he felt a little like he couldn't have crashed just because the tire pressure went up. But I mean, what are your thoughts, TJ, on what Alex has done winning his first GP with a brother who's Mark Marquez, and like Smitty said with the Stewart brothers, and being able to accomplish that in the dirt, and also, I mean, I think Marquez felt pressure, but what are your thoughts? Do you think the crash was just the fans were just too loud and he got distracted?
I mean, I think it's a good accomplishment for the brothers, especially for Alex getting his first win. Definitely well deserves the way he's been riding this year, um, especially in a GP race. As far as Mark goes, I think he definitely was feeling pressure. I would say for the way he's been riding this year, if there was any round that he wanted to sweep to get, first place, which he can, in the sprint and GP, it'll probably be Jerez. I mean, look at the fans there. Last year, I think he had a battle with Pecco. Was it? I think it was this track, um, but yeah, I think he was definitely feeling pressure, especially to know that he can be run up front and to be in his position. Um, Once he's up front, he can manage. So
Right. Yeah.
I think he was definitely feeling pressure, and when he crashed, the way he started all the way in the back, he actually still ended up getting points. So he only has a go mode, like a mode. Like Bobby Shakes was saying, like why can't he manage? He could just stay in third and finish in third if he has to. But
Right.
he tries to get that edge on everybody to prove that he's still the best.
Bobby Shakes.
Yeah.
You want to dissect that? And you're right, TJ. Marquez finished second last year at Jerez to Pecco winning. Um, any pressure for Mark? And again, what the Marquez brother, the Stewart brothers, the Williams sisters, siblings that have done great things. Um, how does this rank?
I think Mark is actually more reckless than is it Malcolm that invented the scrub?
James.
That's James.
James that invented the scrub. Dirt bike is you got to send it. I mean, you have to send it, right? And when he did that scrub, he was able to cut time on the jumps.
Yeah.
So that is just something that you just have to do, right? That scrub is crazy. It's insane. Dirt biking, you got to send it. When you're doing the fastest lap for 10 weeks now, for 10 races, and you're crashing out, that lets me know that you're under pressure because there is no need for you to be crashing out. There's no, if you looked at the races that he won, he managed them. He managed. Let his brother go out in front, let the bike cool down, tires cool down. Okay, boom. This is mine. I take it. So he's managing. He's not sending it every race. The ones that if you go back, the races that he won, he managed. The races that he's losing, he's chasing. And since the first crash out, he's chasing. He's behind the 8 ball, and he's in trouble. I think he's in trouble. And I got the Ducati as the field, so it doesn't matter if it's Morbidelli or friggin' who's the guy in 14th place. Forgot his name. Doesn't matter.
Morbidelli's hurt.
Yeah. I feel he has to be in pressure because if we looked at the beginning of the season, it was a joke. He was leading, laughing, playing with the field. Now all of a sudden he just feels that he has to race. And if you look at the points, Marquez, this season should be over by now, right? If he had won all these races, that he should have won every race. He should have won 10 races, the sprint and the GP. But now he's behind the 8 ball. And I think pressure burst pipes.
Listen,
and,
man, go ahead.
And in MotoGP, I don't think you have to send it the way he sends it. This is not dirt biking. This is on the street. There's no jumps. you got to take it easy and you got to get the points. You can't crash out. And I don't know. I feel like he's in his own head, and he tries to correct the bike too much. We said it all season. He's correcting the bike. He should have dropped that thing. 50% of the races already. He should have dropped that thing. He should basically have no points. Every week he's saving the bike. Why?
Skills.
It's got to be pressure. It's got to be something in his head. It has to be.
It's how he rides. He's been doing the whole bike saving thing for damn near decade.
But
mine's
Smitty,
okay.
you're 50 now. You're 50. You got to slow
His
down.
mind, he don't think so. That's the thing. Okay, hold on. Wait. So question. Why is it that when he crashes, it's pressure, but it's one of those crashes, they just made a mistake and it happens?
I'll say this. Pecco has been eating, like Jason Tatum at the beginning of the season, been eating all the crow. Like everybody's been dogging Pecco with his third place. Not everyone, but a lot of people have been dogging. So, in all fairness, we're bringing up pressure. I don't know how many other people are bringing up pressure for Marc Marquez. Everybody else is saying this is a foregone conclusion. And Alex Marquez wins, and it's amazing, right? But when Pecco won, he won because Marc crashed out. But Alex won because Marc crashed out. If you want to say that,
Right?
But we're not
Correct.
saying that. But we're not saying that. And I don't think that's right either, because you have to finish the race. So you know what I mean. Whoever finishes the race, that's what happens. If you didn't show up, it's not my fault.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying.
But here's why.
Go ahead,
No one's
Smitty.
saying. Here's why. It's easy why. Because Alex winning, that's history now. If Marc crashed and Pecco won, okay, Pecco got to win. He's won before, no big deal. Marc crashed, Alex won. That's history now. The first time two brothers have won a damn Grand Prix event. So that's why it's a big deal.
Okay.
Now,
Smitty.
now, but let's say next week, the same thing happens. Well, it's not a big deal anymore because he has one win already. So then next week it's just part of the race. Like will be history again.
All right.
Smitty, this is why I say it's pressure, because as you get older, Marc Marquez has the answers to every single track. Unless they build a new track tomorrow in a new country, he has the cheat sheets. He has the data. He's been there before. He's the older statesman. He knows these places better than anybody on the paddock and on the grid. If you're crashing out, that has to be pressure, because you know it. You're the fastest bike every week. Why are you crashing out? It's something in your head. And I get it. When you're 24, you do dumb stuff. When you're on the back nine, I mean, there's only 2 more holes left for Marc Marquez to golf.
Yeah,
there's only 2 more holes left. He's gotta understand, okay, the racing now is in his head. It's no longer in his body.
All right.
As you get older, it becomes in your head, like running off, like Jordan said that he ran off and did all that wet tire, dry tire, which is, I think, Jordan. I don't know what race Jordan was watching, but that's just like a mental game. Like he does a lot of mental games. Marc Marquez needs to focus on the mental games and not the physical games with the leaning and the speed. You leave that for the young boys.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll go back to saying, I mean, Pecco is managing the season well, to me, and it's his best season so far. And it seems like, the criticism that Pecco's taken for not taking the same risk that Marquez has taken, right, and maybe sending it, right, because that's the difference, I think, between the two of them. Pecco's not taking that risk that Marc has taken, and at the moment, his percentile is high, Marc Marquez, for saving the bike, within the first 5 rounds. But now this is his second round, and this is the 5th round, and we see what's going on with 2 crashers. So I'll say this, like, he can't continue like this for the whole season. So there has to be some pressure, like Bobby Shakes is saying, on Marc Marquez, because if not, he should manage this better. But let's move on to, and I'll fix my camera in a second, but let's move on to Quartararo and what he did, and let's talk about that some more, because that's pretty impressive, getting pole position and also getting on the podium. I'll start with you, Smitty.
Fabio Quartararo. I mean, what, third place, second place, podium, Yamaha. Yamaha has been. Well, tell you what. Let's go back to the preseason. We thought they were just, you know what, same old slow Yamaha. They ain't do much noise preseason. So no one saw us coming at all. But every week they got a little bit better every week. 15th place, averaging around 10th, 8th place, top 5, podium. And it's like, I'm just shocked that this happened, so fast, honestly. And I see them doing many more things like this. But I'm curious like to know how much work have they done on that V4 they're trying to put out this season, and will it be an upgrade or a downgrade? Because it'll change a lot. It'll change the bike's handling, which is their strong point. So I kind of want to see the change of direction once the V4 comes into play.
Okay.
But Yamaha, I got my respect. The Honda's still middle of the pack someplace, man.
Yeah. Okay. We'll circle back on Honda in a second. Smitty, what do you? I mean, TJ, what are your thoughts on what you're a Yamaha guy, a Suzuki guy? So I know you're excited. You mentioned before we started recording that you wish you had your Yamaha hat on. Seeing the pole position and doing that, because it looked like it was a foregone conclusion that it was one of the Marquez brothers, right? Before Quartararo got that.
Yeah, man. I'm happy for the guy. It shows that he still has heart in him, fight, and he's a champion. So I'm happy for him or the direction that his bike is going. But overall, I'm not really sure yet. I know, like Smitty said, Yamaha has been floating around in like mid pack, but where's Alex Rins disappointed so far this year? Augusto Fernandez disappointed this year. Jack Miller disappointed this year. Like it's like Fabio's the only one out there supporting his team, and like for this race, him getting pole. Typically, you'll see another manufacturer like if you're around the same range, like you'll be fifth. Your other team may be like sixth or maybe fifth and eighth, but like Fabio is just showing that he still has a fight in him. I just don't see the problem. I mean, see Jack Miller crashed out, but there's still the struggle in Alex Rins and Augusto Fernandez. So like, how much improvement? I don't know. I just can't wait till the next round to see. Obviously, if Fabio can continue it, but if any of the other Yamaha riders can,
Right.
subside.
Yeah, I'll say Augusto Fernandez is a test rider, so we'll give him a little bit of break.
I mean,
I think Rins is the most one. I mean, Miller is having a halfway decent season if he can stay out of crashing.
yeah,
So
he needs to stay out of crashing for sure.
yeah, Smitty, what are your thoughts on Yamaha? You happy to see a Japanese brand up there, even though it's not a Honda. But I think Honda has really been showing itself. This is the first round that Yamaha has outshined Honda, and in a big way, though.
Yeah, I'm happy because it brings more parity to the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know you guys are big Ducati fanboys. Oh, I got Ducati. But it's like it's cool seeing it like other bikes win.
I've owned a Honda in my life. 2 cars and 1 bike. I just like things
and a
on wheels.
lawnmower.
And a lawnmower. Correct.
Yeah. Like I got my Pelagani V4, guys.
Guys, I let's not get crazy here, okay?
I was talking shit. That's all. But for real. But but for me, just seeing parity is good. That's it, really.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, and no, but that's it. Like KTM got to step it up again. Yamaha did. Honda got to step it up. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, KTM finished in the top 10. All their bikes, I think. Bastianini, Acosta, Benda, Vinales in the main race. They're all in the top 10. KTM.
Yeah, but I want to see top 5 in the podium at least. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Vinales was top 4. He finished 4th. So, I mean,
yeah, true.
You talk about parity. You're absolutely right, because like all 4 KTMs in the top 10. I mean, I think the sprint was 6 Ducatis in the top 6.
5.
You know what I mean? So I want to get your thoughts on Quartararo, but like KTM and Hondas, these guys are like, and I've been saying this since I think the second round. I'm like, these guys are not just going to sit back and let Ducati run away with it, let Marc Marquez run away with it, because they're waking up every day like trying to figure out how to beat them, even if the bike isn't good.
Right. No, but Fabio, look, that dude's been riding hard. He's a former champion. He's just the bike is working for him. That's all but he's a solid rider. Simple as that. I'm glad seeing him up there. Always liked him, the El Diablo, just showing doing this thing. So I like Fabio.
All right.
I want to see more of him on the podium.
I see you shaking your head. I got the Yamaha hat on. We're very biased on this show for some reason, but
guys, let's not get crazy here. Okay. You have the grid. You have everybody waiting on the grid. The light is red, yellow, it's green, the whole shot, you're off. You're going into turn one.
I have to interrupt you. It's not those, it's just red.
There's no green,
just red,
no yellow.
and it just goes out.
Okay.
I don't want to get I don't know what you call them, but they're gonna be very disgruntled if we allow this.
Okay.
Same drag racing.
So it's red and it goes out.
Yes.
And everybody's going into turn one. And an alien pops up. And it captures all the bikes off the grid besides the Yamaha, and the Yamaha wins. And everybody's saying Quartararo's the man. Let's be real here. There's some crashes that Marc Marquez crashed out. If Marc Marquez doesn't crash out, Quartararo is nowhere to be seen in this race. He got lucky. They don't have the bike. Honda doesn't have the bike. It's the aliens kidnapping Marc Marquez's brain while Yamaha is even on the podium. Let's be real here, guys. Come on.
Listen, I think you're related to the aliens, and they must have listened to the show and wanted to prove you wrong and made Quartararo win. So I think you're back. In 1 second, TJ. So I think you need your tinfoil hat and your glasses, Shakes, because I think you're coming apart. You're spiraling. What's going on, TJ?
No, I was gonna say is you gotta give the guy credit. He finished second and a half behind Alex, but Pecco was almost 2.5 seconds behind Fabio. So Fabio was pushing, well deserved. It would have been disappointing if he got pole and didn't finish at all. Crashing out the sprint, but gotta give it to the guy. The guys weren't out there to get everybody.
Come on, that's a DEI win, guys. Come on. Come on.
All right, so let's talk about KTM. 4 guys in the top 10. Vinales. None of us thought Vinales. Smitty, you're on record for saying get rid of Vinales when he was finishing 15th and above and below. Vinales is in 4th place. So apparently he must have heard that his job is on the line. Do you guys think that I'm surprised that he is. So you guys as surprised as myself that Vinales is doing as well. Because with the tire pressure the last round, some people may have said, he only got there because of the tire pressure, but he's showing like, okay, I can get here. Is it too soon to sit here and say KTM is figuring it out because they're in the top 10, or they need to be all like Ducati in the top 6?
It's too soon because it's just him right now. Because Acosta is still way in the back. He ain't got it figured out yet either.
7th place, man. He finished 7th.
That's still mid-pack.
That's the 6th loser.
Right. And the way he rode last year, you'd assume he'd be higher up this year.
No, if you listen to the show last year, we always say rookies done well in the first few rounds, and then as they start to try to dial the bike in, they do come apart. So and again, is it a bike thing or a rider thing?
I think him and the bike don't gel the way he's gelling with Maverick, honestly.
Okay.
Like sometimes the bike could be average, but if I like it, I'll do better than you, even though you might be a better rider. Right.
It is.
And not saying Costa is better than Maverick, but still, I think Costa should be doing better than he is. And Costa, I love the kid, but I want to see him higher up a little bit, you know.
You were saying he was better than Maverick because you were telling Maverick he needs to retire.
He,
Him, Jack Miller. I think there's a few of them that were that's on your list. If and it's and what you're saying is true in the sense of like that's how teams think. If you're not producing, we are going to replace you.
especially if you're older, correct.
Correct. So I mean, I'm not saying you were wrong by saying that, but he because Vinales is doing well. TJ, I mean, like Acosta second year, Bender is what 5 years, I think, in MotoGP. Bastianini, he's new to on KTM, so you would think Bender would be the most senior guy because he has the most seat time. Like
Right.
you see with well, not anymore, but Bagnaia has the most seat time on a Ducati, but he's not the most senior guy in the points right now. What are your thoughts on KTM? Is it just a different track? This is a track they're good at, and it's not something that's gonna sustain at other tracks, or you think they're finding their way as well, like Quartararo is kind of doing, like something like Zarco is doing it with Honda.
So me,
I think it's a track.
okay.
I think it's a track that they're good at, and I think it's a good step in the right direction for the rest of the season. I mean, short straightaways, and it's good to see that you know all the KTM's finished top 10 in the Grand Prix race. As far as like Maverick, he did really well. He definitely needs to start improving himself, but I think Pedro was a little better than him for the first part of the season, even though they haven't been doing well. Um, but I think KTM is stepping in the right direction. Um, I think hopefully going forward, they'll be sticking around in the top 10. For some reason, Bastianini's having a slow start. I think a lot of riders also it might take them a few races to actually get into like real race pace. I could be wrong. I mean, I know they do a lot of testing and stuff like that and before the season, but when it comes to actual racing, uh, I don't know. It just could be like the tracks they're at too. So, but I think
Right.
KTM's stepping in the right direction.
All right. I recognize I'm the most non biased guy on the show because I have two KTMs, two Yamahas, and two Ducatis. So I want everyone to win. And obviously, not everyone's going to win, but Bobby Shakes. Is this? Do you think? I see you have your compound interest. Do you think that the powers to be shareholders and such at KTM are looking at this saying, okay, we may be able to salvage something if these guys start to improve even further than what they did this past weekend?
I think compound interest, right? Last week we saw the power of the KTM. Unlike Quattraro, congratulations, DEI win. Zarco, we saw him like 3 weeks ago. The guy had a vice grip on the throttle, and there was just no more gas. Like he's trying to wring the throttle like a wet rag, and Honda had nothing. But we're seeing KTM compound interest with the power getting better as the season progresses. I think they need to figure out the money thing, but that shouldn't be a problem. I heard my English guy might give them $1 billion, Lewis Hamilton. But I feel that out of the other manufacturers, I believe that KTM has the power, they have the bike, they need just better management. And I don't have that much faith in Zarco or Quartararo, but I have a lot of faith in that KTM machine. We saw it last week. It had the power. It had the power. We saw it last week. Well, 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago, we saw it had the power. And then this week, it had the power. So we can't say that KTM's a dead thing. We cannot say that if we're going to be non-biased.
Okay. All right. So before we wrap up, I suppose, well, not wrap up. We got a lot of time left. Oh my goodness.
We just I mean, once Smitty said the Stewart brothers, the show was, that's the mic drop right there.
Right. That's the mic drop.
That's the mic drop.
What about Furman Aldeguer? He was looking really good, challenging Ayagura for a rookie, and but he's crashing a little bit as well.
The pressure, right? Yeah. You see?
Pressure bust pipes.
Come on.
Hey, he's figuring out new limits. He
Nah,
is getting better.
you know, I had this theory. Some guys I spoke to agree, some guys do not agree. But to find the limits of your equipment, you got to crash sometimes. It happens. And I think as he gets faster, he's finding the limits of the bike, you know?
Okay.
I agree with that.
That's it.
Another mic drop. Smitty's 2 for 2 of the mic drop. I mean,
No,
if
I can stop. I ain't saying nothing profound now, though, but
no,
I
you
believe
did,
it.
you
I believe
did
to find the limits, you know, like of your machinery, crashing is part of it, honestly.
right. I agree with you. If you're not riding on the edge, then what the hell are you doing?
Right.
All right.
So which means I got to crash more. No,
So and before I move on, TJ, you want to add anything between Iagura and I feel bad for Santra because he had arm pump issue and had to pit between Iagura and Aldegear.
I mean, I'm rooting for Aragora to get the Rookie of the Year. He's started off really good, but he's figuring it out more as the year goes along. But still solid, and Premier has definitely stepped his game up. And I think as you get faster, you find different limits, and you just got to know how to correct them. And like Smitty was saying, like you got to crash to figure things out. And when I was watching that at the classic in Loudon, um, watching all the pros practice, a lot of them was running off in turn one, like at one after another. And I'm just like, what is going on? They're just
Mm-hmm.
figuring out their limit of where they can break into turn one. And once they overrun it, they know that's the limit of how deep they can go in. And it's just interesting. So, like, yeah, I think Alligator's getting faster. He's improving. I'm sure he wants that rookie of the year. He's on a Ducati, good bike. Um, yeah, he's just, when you push that limit, you find out.
Um, you definitely do find out. Speaking of limits, Morbidelli, he had a crash, and I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. But he jacked himself up. I feel bad for. I think I think that the Morbidelli, the Oliveira, and the Rins, and I might even lump Martin into that a little bit. Accident prone. I mean, they like um when they fall they get hurt, or not to say others don't, but they seem to get hurt more often. Look how often John Mayer has crashed out, and knock on wood he's still staying healthy, and these guys ain't crashing out as much as Mayer is, but they're watching the race from home.
Yeah, I think I always hated that term accident prone or injury prone. But it just seems that it just happens.
Yeah.
Morbidelli has been my dark horse all season. That's been the person that I've put all my chips in secretly behind everybody's back. And the injury, it's crazy. Martins, I thought Martins would have came back and really, really, really put that pressure to Marquez, and it didn't happen. Now for the injury prone statement, I would say Morbidelli has the injury prone bug. I think Martins is. Listen. Each manufacturer, they do things differently. The exhaust is somewhere different. The tank is bigger. The tank is smaller. The foot peg is up. The foot peg is back. The brake is a little bit squeezy. The brake is a little bit hard. The tire, the suspension, every single bike, they're not clones. They're separate bikes. And I just believe that Martin is trying to ride on that edge, and that's why he's getting injured. I wouldn't say that he's just injury prone, but I think
You
that
mean Morbidelli?
no, I'm talking about Martins with the Aprilia. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that he's sending it when he really doesn't have to send it. I just think he's just being reckless.
Right. It was only one race. I mean, it was only one weekend. He came and left.
but he ruined himself in the preseason. I mean, he's being reckless. He's being reckless. I just think Morbidelli's unlucky.
Okay, I see what you're saying. What do you guys think about that? Is Morbidelli unlucky or reckless? It sounds like Martin's little. He probably should have taken a little bit more time off. There's a lot of pressure wearing that number 1 plate, though, and having to defend it and sit on the sideline. So I can't blame him.
I would say unlucky, and here's why I say that. I'm gonna give like another sports like analogy. Basketball, you have LeBron James and you have Anthony Davis. LeBron has played what 18 years. Got hurt a couple times, but he's got hurt for reasons, falling, getting hurt, something. AD, that guy just walks, steps on a freaking grate, and he's hurt. I don't know what. And honestly, like with him, I feel bad for him because his body is just not built to be healthy, and that's injury prone. And I can't explain why he's like that. And even
it's not
football,
just him, but yep.
Right, but let's say football. You have somebody like, let's say Brett Favre. Dude played 15 years, got hit hard, blindsided hard, never got hurt. I don't see how some guys' bodies just fail them, And so, but back on to topic now with bikes. Now you're falling hard every crash. Low sides hurt, high sides hurt. So with motorcycles, like I don't think guys are prone to injury. Crashing. It hurts,
Mm-hmm. Okay. TJ, what are your thoughts about that? Morbidelli just unlucky, or Oliveira was able to get the juju off of him and move it over to Morbidelli because it's tough.
Yeah, I agree down the field. Definitely Morbidelli is just unlucky at the moment. Especially getting injured last year, coming back into his flow, and then just having the unlucky moments. And I definitely think Martin is definitely more reckless, as we say. Another ride I want to throw in there that's unlucky, I would say, is Bezecchi. He's just been, not having good luck at all. He's always having some type of issue, whether it's with the bike or with, crashing. So, but yeah, definitely unlucky.
No doubt. Reese, welcome to the show, man. How's it going, man? I assume you're in Atlanta, down the street from Smitty.
Yeah, man. We're here. Been here all day.
What's good, man? Let's get your thoughts on the MotoGP, man, and what you think. And we'll tell you what you missed.
I mean, it was a good race. I mean, you can't complain. I mean, Alex Marquez did what he had to do. I mean, hey, you're right there. I mean, that was a good race by him. I mean, Morbidelli was, like you said, kind of unlucky. But like I told you, I think he's always like that here, there, miss, hit or miss, type of guy. I mean, he's been doing well, but he's still like a hit or miss. He's never consistent. Pekka, I just don't know what happened to Pekka. Pekka just kind of died off. I'm like, he couldn't catch Quartararo, and Quartararo rode the hell out of that damn Yamaha. So, and I think honestly, I think if Marquez didn't crash, I think Quartararo at least had third because Pekka had nothing for him in the back.
Right. How did you guys? I think I asked you this last time about GP versus Superbike, but were you guys doing backflips? Well, what were your thoughts when you saw him get pole and then the crash and then the second place?
Pole, I was actually surprised, but I mean, they said he's been fast all weekend, and I've been watching him. I mean, he has been fast. The crash, I think that was just his mistake. He made just a small error. So I think when I saw the crash, I think he'd have been fine. I was like, he's gonna be fine. There's nothing gonna affect him too bad. So I think he's gonna be all right. So, here we go with this guy with red. I think you need to fire this guy or something, man.
Don't get distracted.
No, you're fine. But no, I think I honestly think with not Pecca, with Quattraro, I think he's, whatever they're doing to the motor and everything actually got, I think he's actually going to be coming up. He's coming back around. I don't know he may finish in the top six, like more or less now, and stop
Hmm.
being way back there. Let's just see if he can be consistent. I mean, like everyone knows, I mean, the Yamahas and work great at one track. They don't work great at another track. I mean, when we get to a track that has like horsepower alley, I mean, we're kind of like up shit's creek without a paddle.
Right, right. So, the definitely the shorter straightaways help. Um, Let me ask you this, because some of the guys on the show don't think Mark feels pressure. You think Mark crashing out was out of third place? Was that pressure,
Nah,
or just hit him just
I,
making a mistake?
I think that was him just making a mistake. Honestly, I think Mark is like I said before. I mean, he's one of the most brilliant riders. I mean, he's very talented. He's very race knowledgeable. So I think him crashing out was just like a mistake for him. Just he'll be all right. I mean, you'll see Mark back up there next race come next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. You'll probably see him back up there winning again. I think he's just making it kind of interesting. That's all.
Okay, just making it interesting. So it's just for us.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's good it's good showing, it's good everything. So I mean, it's kind of cool, but
So at what point does the team go to the rider and say, just finish? And he got two crashes. Um, but at what point does that conversation happen? I mean, we say to compare him to Pecco, because Pecco crashed out a lot last year, and if he, we can say if he didn't crash out as much as he did, he would have won. So, like, he's a good baseline for how many crashes you can have before you can lose a MotoGP championship. Does that
I mean, I think
conversation
he
happen?
yeah, it will happen, but right now at this point in time, I don't think it will. I mean, Mark is normally good a year for like three crashes. He's normally good for like three. After that, he gets it out the bag. He's gone. I mean, if it
Okay.
comes down to, I mean, because we're still early in the season, you're starting to get once that second half comes around. I think that's when that conversation, like, hey, just finish, just finish. Don't worry about this. Finish. When the second half of the season comes around, I think that conversation may come up if he's still, trying to throw it down the line. But I think
Right.
he's fine.
Right.
Okay. And let me ask one question before I turn it over to the guys and let them ask some questions. Um, you see Bobby Shakes with the red in the background. Um, KTM, Honda, Yamaha. Um, do they stand a chance? Or these are just one-off tracks that these guys? Because KTM finished in the top 10 all four this past week, this past Sunday. Do you feel it's like a one-off thing, or do you think that these guys, the manufacturers, satellite teams, are starting to figure it out and they're starting to get quicker? Because I've said this already that Mark Marquez is getting everyone else is getting faster. Mark Marquez is not getting faster. Everyone else is getting faster. What are your thoughts?
Mar Marquez he doesn't need to get faster. He just has to be smart. That's all
Right.
he has to do, and just manage his tires, which he's already capable of doing. You may get faster, but the problem is with these Michelin, they're going to drop off, three-quarters of the way, and then if you drop off, he's going to come right by you. So, I mean, yeah, there's other people getting faster, other satellite teams, other teams are getting faster. Yeah, they're kind of figuring out their way. KTM, I mean, with Vinales, I can't give Vinales any type of ground right now. I mean, Vinales is a one-hit wonder sometimes. It's like he's there and he fades off and he disappears and he cries about the bike and I mean, he's always going to have something. It's just like, dude, just shut the hell up and ride around it. So, but uh, yeah, I can't give it. I mean, it's going to be the two Marquez brothers with the title this year. It's going to be them two.
Okay. All right, guys. Before we get out of here,
Man,
any
put your hand down, man.
Shakes? What you got to say?
This is all I gotta say. Finally, Reese. See, Reese, I had the Yamaha hat on. I was showing some love to the team and the factory, and then you kind of gloated about Quattararo's DEI win because everybody crashed out. But You recorrected and you said Redskins.
Who's everybody? Who's everybody? Only one person crashed out. That was Mark, and nobody else was gonna catch him.
Yeah, I know. So, and that's why Quattraro won because that's
second place.
That's
Second
the
place.
man.
He's
That's
second.
the man on the
place.
grid.
I mean, he
Second
would have still got third. He'd have still got third.
I beg to differ, Reese. Come
Who's
on.
gonna catch him? Pekka?
Uh,
Pekka can't even find his own dick right now.
Wow.
You
Oh,
He can't
poor
even.
Alex.
know why, right? And you know why? Because the tank's in the
What?
way.
He can't, man. Pekka can't even find you. Did you hear the speech at the end? He told me, "Oh, we're caught the wrong riding a slow bike." I'm looking like, come on, man. Like you sound like the biggest jealousy person ever right now.
The tank's
Come
in the way, man.
He's finishing third place. How is that a bad result?
It's not. It's not a bad result, but Pekka's used to winning. Remember, Pekka's for the past years was out front, disappeared, and coming around and catching
Yeah.
around. Now he's like, he can't do nothing against Mark. He's like, oh well,
He
dang, I
can't
can't
beat
put
Alex.
It's not
exactly.
it's not the
Right.
rider.
I know, right?
It's the bike. He hasn't sorted out the bike yet. And I'll
tank,
say this,
right?
he hasn't. I think and you missed this, but you know we were talking about how many near crashes that Mark has had this season already, and I think that and I said the difference is that Pecco's not trying to ride around the bike like that.
No.
He's like, I'm going to bring the bike home, and he's bringing the bike home in third place, and he's not taking the risk that Marquez is taking. And Pecco's still having a brilliant season.
I can't say that, man. I
I don't
can't
say
say that.
brilliant.
What can you say?
Wow.
I mean, as Richard would say, stop pussyfooting around. Go. It's kind of actually at this point because we already know you were fast. You know what I'm saying? So what is it? Yeah, the bike may be different, but it is your job as a rider. That's why they pay you these millions of dollars. Your job is to either if they can't get it correct, because there's times where it may be fast and let's say all the corners besides two, like they're having problems in two corners. Okay, but why would you change the bike if it's only problems in two corners? Leave the
Right.
bike alone and run it. And it's now is your job as a rider to ride around that problem. It's your job. And that's probably what Marquez is doing. He's riding around. If they have a problem, you'll never know. He's
Right.
riding around that problem. He's going to ride around that problem. That's where he comes in, where he is very, very intelligent and very smart. So he's riding around it. So that's what I'm saying. Like Pekka, I think Pekka this year, he's going to be one of the lucky ones that like, okay, somebody fell, I'm consistent, so I'm right there. As far as getting on the podium a lot, I mean, he's going to get there, but as far as winning, I don't think he's going to do it with the two Marquez brothers.
Okay. All right, guys, you got any questions for Reese? And then we'll talk about the weekend they're looking forward to this weekend and what they may see happen.
It's gonna rain this weekend, man. It looks like.
It's only 2 days, Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Oh,
I've been
Oh,
looking.
So
That's right.
we all
Crickets.
right.
I mean,
We all right.
Reese is the big dog. Reese came in. He just bitch slapped everybody. I got nothing to say.
oh, I mean, so coming
No,
off
I'm
of
not gonna say that.
y'all last round, as Yamaha did really well. Like, what's y'all momentum like going into this Road Atlanta you guys going to?
I mean, right
Like,
now is great. I mean, right now we're great. I mean, we got some more stuff that we put in, and I mean, the guys are ready to run. They're full of energy. Like we were at the corporate headquarters today for some Yamaha event. Um, but I think the guy like we're riding a nice horse, so I think we'll be just fine. And in this track, Yamaha does very well, so I think we'll be just fine. I think we'll be just fine. And if it does rain, I mean, you got two wet weather specialists that's on them bikes. So, well, you got one wet weather
so
specialist, and Bobby's coming around.
I was gonna say, what if Bobby tells you I don't want to do it?
You ain't got no choice. You on contract. You better hop on
Nah,
that bike
nah.
and get on it. You ain't got no choice. You ain't
Nah,
got no
he's
choice. That's what you get paid for.
yeah.
Nah, we'll
I
be
Um,
can't
all
wait to
right. I
watch
think
it.
we'll be just fine. Yeah, it should be fun. I think we're gonna have some fun this weekend.
Yeah.
Nice.
come out probably Friday and Saturday, man.
What happened?
I'm gonna come out Friday and Saturday probably for sure. Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, man. Look forward to meeting you, man. Just come on out, have some fun. I mean, try to stay dry if it's not that way. I mean, but they're saying rain in the late afternoon, so
Okay.
if hopefully it bypasses and we can get through all the stuff and have a nice dry run.
Nice.
So, do you only hang out with this Attack Yamaha, or is all the Yamaha bikes and riders, get together?
I mean, most of the time we're with Attack. I mean, and sometimes like
Right.
the other guys. The only two, I mean, there's two big teams that are like kind of under the umbrella, but I mean everybody's under the umbrella. But the two big teams that is like the main two teams is Strack Race and us. We're the two
Okay.
big Yamaha teams.
Okay, that's what's
Okay.
up. I was gonna ask something, but we'll save it for another time. How about those? How about those R9s? How they come in? Because I heard I was listening to someone talk. I think it was yesterday. That looks like the R9 is going to be the bike to win a championship this year in the super sport class.
It sure ain't that red light over there, that Ducati. You know what I'm saying? It sure
Reese,
enough ain't that.
Reese, we gotta let the future play out.
Nah, not really. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm letting the future play out, but you got to
we got.
catch us.
Wow, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think you got to catch us.
So you want to put some bet on that?
I mean, what do you want to do, Reese? You want to put a little merch on this?
You want to put 200 on it?
Birds.
I can't do it. I don't have that. I don't have that type of money. But what I
right,
would
we'll put.
want from you, what I want from you, Reese. This is what I want from you. This is what I want.
What's that?
You got to
Put
put
20
on.
on it.
You got to put a Ducati hat on.
I got to put a Ducati hat on?
Yeah, I know that gets you a lot of trouble. That's what I
Nah, it
want.
won't
From
give me
you,
a lot
Reese.
of trouble.
That's what I want from you. That's
All
what I
right.
want from Reese.
And if we win,
You know,
if that
status
R9 wins,
quo. Status quo. Lunch
uh,
on me. Lunch on me. A cash happy lunch on me.
all right. Don't get mad when that R9, y'all don't see it no more.
So Reese, when is the R9 making this debut? Which is like the question that everybody wants to know.
Oh, it already did.
It already did. It's made its debut at Barbara. I mean, and we destroyed we destroyed that V2.
V2. Wow.
Yeah, they did. The rain
Any
race,
other
but they
questions?
did.
I mean, even in a dry race, remember
So
there was
where do
one
you see
dry.
the where
Yeah,
do you see
okay.
you in the future? Where do you guys see yourself? You guys see yourself back on the pinnacle again? Is the R9 the bike back on the pinnacle? Is that
As
the
for
bike?
the super sport,
Yeah.
I mean, let's put it like this: there's a reason why that bike is sold out all year. There's a
Oh, really?
reason
It's
why.
sold out? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, if you miss
Okay.
the first quarter, you're not getting it till like late quarter two or late quarter or early quarter three, and there right now it's been all the delays coming from Japan and everything else. So there's a lot of delays right now, but it's hard to get one.
Really?
Hmm
Okay.
Okay, that's
So
what's up, man. I want to thank you guys for coming on, Reese. I appreciate you coming on late and taking the time because I know you're a busy
no
guy,
worries, no
getting set
worries,
up
man.
and stuff.
I appreciate
And
you guys for the offer, man.
nice. And we'll talk to you guys next week. My name is Rex45.
Smitty
Peace.
Smith Shot Racing.
So,
Reese Tech
TJ with the
Performance.
Willie talk.
We bleed red.
TJ with
Blood is
the.
thicker than water, my friends. And water's blue.
Let's go. Well,
Peace.
good luck down in Atlanta.